Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Blake Demon here, and today we're going to go through some Overwatch 2 news. A new director's take has just been released. It's all about the balance changes that will happen with Season 8's release. There's a lot to go through, so I'll just give you a quick summary of the article. The first change Keller talks about is going to affect everyone, regardless of who or what you main. You know, when you swap, you get to keep 25% of your ult charge. Well, that will be reduced to 15%. It is a pretty big reduction. It's certainly going to make it harder to swap off in Season 8. My tip though is just to swap anyway. If it's not working, it's not working. How are we all feeling about Roadhog's rework? Since the rework, Roadhog has become a top performing tank, with his win rate now at around 54%. There has been some feedback about his rework, but Keller won't be making any changes just yet. They want to see how Hog plays against Morga. I've seen so many Doomfists use their ult just to get away. All that build up for nothing. But from Season 8, while Doomfist is up in the air, he'll generate 75 health per second. They're offsetting this massive buff by increasing his ult cost. Still doesn't lessen the fact that it's a huge buff. Bet you Doom players can't wait. Ramacha mains rejoice because he'll be getting a buff too. Keller is changing 100 of his current health to armor, as well as buffing the size of his damage and primary fire. It looks like it's only for his baby form, not for when he's all roided up. This is to make sure that people stop ignoring baby Rami. Good old Winton doesn't do too well against most tanks. His cannon just tickles his counterparts, which doesn't really seem very fair. So in Season 8, Keller is buffing his cannon. Next week it will ignore armor's damage reduction, so there won't be that 50% damage reduction on armor against the Tesla cannon. Now at least Winnie has a fighting chance. How is everyone enjoying the Sombra rework? Sombra's rework has apparently been a success. Her win rate is now between 45 and 48%. Despite that, Keller is buffing EMP. Right now, EMP blocks out abilities for the same amount of time Hack does, so that's 1.5 seconds. But for Season 8, EMP will block your abilities for 3 seconds. This is a massive buff. They're offsetting this with a reduction to the amount of health it takes off from 30% to 25%, but it's still a massive buff. Soldier's healing is getting a nerf. Keller's nerfing the cooldown of Biotic Field from 15 seconds to 18 seconds. He's apparently a little difficult to eliminate when he's standing in his Biotic Field. This is just to give everyone more opportunities to eliminate him. Tracer is getting a buff, I guess. Apparently they nerfed her damage from 6 to 5.5 per shot just to offset a bug. But now that bug has been debugged, so they're switching it back to 6 for Season 8. Brig is getting her whip shot damage nerfed. It's currently at 80 damage, so Keller is bringing down the damage. The article doesn't say to what, but only that it will be in Season 8. And BAP's primary ammo is getting nerfed from 45 bullets to 36. I feel like Keller has finally realized that BAP 76 is a thing, and they're just trying to curb that, but not try to kill it. So yes, BAP should be doing some damage, but maybe not as much as he is doing now. The last 2 paragraphs is about leaving penalties for quick play matches. Thanks to the new penalties for leavers, the leader rate has gone down. But some players want the freedom to leave without penalties in quick play. Quick play, however, means different things to different players. Some go full tryhard, some are experimenting with different heroes, and others are just chilling for fun. Balancing all these different playstyles is tricky. Keller did consider making a 3rd queue to cater to different playstyles, but wasn't sure whether or not players would willingly queue for their playstyle. As we all know, leavers mess up everyone's gaming experience, which makes matches less fun. There are actually some players who leave on over 90% of their games. I personally can't imagine that. Because of these types of levers, quick play can't not have penalties. At the moment, the penalty is pretty lax. You'd have to leave almost a quarter of your matches to even get one. Keller is keeping an eye on that though, trying to find that balance for better game quality without going overboard on their restrictions. For me, I always wonder why people leave so often. I've seen some people leave because they're losing the match, but leaving isn't going to make you a better player. If you suck, you gotta practice, not quit halfway. I know some people do leave because of toxicity, that's valid. You can turn off chat though, and you don't need to go and voice. There's no reason really not to stay. Anyway, that's it for me. If you'd like to check out the article yourself, I'll leave a link to it in the description. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and share, and subscribe if you haven't already.